Yo, 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 what up?
Are we
Barflyz, how we
here?
doing?
we here? We doing this?
Are we in here?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell them who you are.
Oh, you already know who it is. It's
Who
Big
is
Dan.
it? Big Dan.
Rodan.
Rodan.
Coming at you live from the 215. Your comic book
215.
connoisseur, the Somali of sci-fi and superheroes, here to welcome you to another episode of Blur Bar.
Hey,
Hey,
got
we
it
got sound
right. It's good when I got it right.
You got it
'cause
right.
it's live.
Yeah, it's live, right? Can't go back.
Can't go back. No getting this in post.
We are simulcasting live.
Yeah, simulcasting from
And-
the Instagrams,
Right?
the
The
Facebooks,
Facebooks
the YouTubes.
and the YouTubes.
It's great.
Yeah, man. I am excited. Let's see.
Well, tis I, hailing
Yes,
from
it
the
is.
land of Sake, Shinobi, and Samurai. The boy is Godzilla personified. Ain't no other name but this to go by. It's your boy, Jayhawk. No, we got a button.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Still got a button.
Still got a button.
Gosh.
I love doing that sound though.
Okay. but why are we here? Big Dan Rodan is coming at us live from the 215.
Because it is questions from the Barflyz.
Questions
live.
from Barflyz. That's you guys. Who
That is our
watching.
season finale. We decided to do this live, which is risky business,
Yep.
if you tell me. But yeah,
We're here for some questions.
we are. We are here for some questions. So if you have them, ask them. While we wait for questions,
Shout out to AJGER.
Oh, yeah,
Sean,
you do shout-outs
who
while we wait.
joined. And shout out to the Battle Junkies who joined. Shout out to Groovy Lovestain and Phasma Toast Tribune.
see, you about to mess it up.
I'm so sorry.
Just-
Phasma to Tribune?
We're live. Just keep it live.
PHASMATOSTRIBUM
Yeah.
joined. Yes. Shout out to you guys.
You gotta stop. So yeah, man. How you been? First and foremost.
I've been good. Booking, photo booths and what else are they called?
Hi, Jillian.
Hey, Jillian.
Shout outs to Jillian from the bots.
from the
Word
bots
on the streets.
But yeah, no, I've been doing good. Just price of the brick always going up. and
Always
that's fine.
going up, right?
That's fine. Right now we're looking at floors, and
All right. That's the whole reason why we're doing this so early.
it's part of it. Yeah,
It
sure.
is- That's what I'm gonna blame it on.
But yeah, no, just the wedding in general. It's coming along nicely, and I'm excited. Can't wait. And yeah, so that's good. How have you been?
I am forever I'm in a state of perpetual tiredness.
Oh, okay.
But this is live, so people know that I'm excited for a few things coming down the line. Doctor Strange,
Yes,
Multiverse of Madness.
that's this weekend.
I am excited. I
Yeah.
get to see it Thursday night.
Oh, you're seeing it Thursday night.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only time I could get a sitter. So, no.
Are you excited for the next and final episode
of Moon Knight?
Of Moon Knight?
I don't know.
Do you want to get into that right now, or is
We
that
can,
just
we can
or is
talk
that
about
just-
it while we wait for questions.
Okay,
I think we can talk about it. I'm vexed
vexed,
because the show
perplexed.
vexed and perplexed. The show took off, at a pace that I was at peace with,
Okay.
and then in Disney Plus fashion,
Mhm.
episode 3, screeching halt, pacing just stops.
What happened in that episode?
They were running they're running to the tomb, and then they did the whole resetting the time.
That was episode 3.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it just
That makes sense. Yeah.
But that's what happens with Disney Plus shows. Is they wait till the middle, and then just kind of slow down. We're going too fast.
So here's the thing, though. So I enjoyed the first episode.
I enjoyed the first episode. Second episode was a little iffy for me.
I don't.
Hey, we're getting into the B&R.
Yeah, I was about to say. But my point being, I feel like there's an issue with having 6 episodes. Like you have 6 hours to tell a whole story, which should be enough because people do that in 2 hours.
right?
But
I
don't
do
know.
agree, Jillian. Episode 5, very weird pacing. Not sure where
Really?
they were going. Not where they're going for episode 6.
Okay.
I didn't mind the pacing of it, but it slowed down so much.
You think so? I found
This
it.
weird purgatory thing that he was in would have been great for like a season 2.
No, I think
That's how I feel about it. But
we are
we're
getting
getting
into
into
the
the
episode.
episode.
We can't do it.
Can't do
So
that.
how else are you doing? Oh, shout out to I don't know if you saw, but Kevin Hart just
Dropped a tequila.
he
A cotillion or whatever. Yep. I haven't even started yet.
But yeah, he did drop a tequila. I peeped the price and I was like, okay.
I mean, we'll support because it's Kevin Hart and
Sure,
it's Philly, and
it's
you know what I'm
Philly.
saying. Like,
I mean, jeez,
we got to do it.
I can do it.
We gotta do it. It's
CFO
we are the word
questions
bar.
this. Nah, I'm excited to see what that looks like and what that's going to be about. But yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm doing my best because apparently there's spoilers for Doctor Strange on TikTok.
Oh my, I feel like
Not TikTok, not just TikTok, but Twitter as well.
I haven't
And I'm like avoiding it.
I haven't even watched any of the newer trailers because I'm sure, as the Barflyz know, I try to go in with as clean of a slate as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But just being on the YouTubes and seeing the different Easter eggs that you might have missed, and like it's like what we thought was going to happen, I feel like is happening. But it would still be something fun to like walk into like totally blind and that be revealed to you. But it's getting harder and harder to hashtag free Jake.
Yeah, hashtag free Jake. It's getting harder to avoid, but at the same time, I'm doing my best just to wait. Yeah. Because a lot of this stuff I already kind of knew and was already preparing myself for.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
Hashtag. Shout out to Between Magician? Magician?
Okay.
I'm just reading. Between Magic and Dreams. Between Magic and Dreams.
Okay.
Not a sip of alcohol yet. Shout out to you guys for joining us on Instagram. Shout out to Jules for joining us. I see you. Hey. I've only just seen the Batman and I'm obsessed. That was from Phasma.
Just say
Phasma. Yeah.
Just say Phasma from now on. You are not going to keep butchering.
I'm so sorry.
Their Instagram handle.
I've only just seen the Batman and I'm obsessed. It was a really good.
That was actually a question of mine that I had. You know, while we wait for questions from the Barflyz, because you guys are sitting here listening to us talk, and that's great. But if you have questions, please.
We want questions from you guys.
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
But I did have a question for you because on my third rewatch of the Batman.
Oh wow. You had time?
I didn't have that kind of time. It's just the commute is wonderful.
All right.
I'm wondering if the third act could have been better.
The third act.
Because it took the Batman movie, right, from being a very like slow burn detective noir thriller that it was, to then going right into the I don't even know how to explain it, but like it took it into like the bizarreness that is Batman. Like once the floods started, the floods of Gotham happened, I was like, I was excited for the stories that they create, but at the same time, I'm still kind of worried. And yo, what up, Jimmy? I'm kind of worried
I'm
with.
glad you saw that.
Yeah,
I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. I'm kind of worried that this creates the more bizarre Batman stuff, right? Like Mr. Freeze and things like that.
Hold on, because we're getting a ton of questions. All right, first, between Magic and Dreams, what genre of comic would you like to see that is underutilized? Ooh. I guess that's more for you than for me.
Oh yeah, the comic book connoisseur, right? Underutilized.
What genre of comic would you like to see that is underutilized? So what would you like to see more of in comics?
You know, I think slice of life
really
needs to break into the mainstream comics, not manga. right? It's already there. I'm talking about slice of life for comic books, and that the big names pick up. That like DC will like be willing to. I understand Marvel and DC are strictly superheroes for the most part. Like they do a few things, but you know.
I got a text from Julie, and she's wild. I'm not gonna.
No, she's not gonna answer. We're not gonna answer that question.
It's because it's live and we can't get it in post. But she's a wild one.
All right, well, she can censor that question and then send it to us.
Shout out to Rosalia though.
Yeah.
I think for me, not that I know, but you know, it'd be dope. Something like a regular well-to-do black family, like something like the New Bel Air, but like in comic book form. Like, more black drama.
More black. Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. More black drama, but just like regular, like no superheroes, just a family. Just a family, kind of like
a nuclear family,
like a maybe not a light novel because those are actual like words,
right?
But like like a drama of like an upward mobile black family and how they move within the spaces.
All right, we're here pitching things. So if you're a writer. we won't charge you. Not tonight. Val asked a question here. What would a newbie anime experience as the beginning of anime to get sucked in, and why?
What would a newbie like? What new anime or as the beginning of anime to get sucked in, and why?
Yeah, Val, if you could clarify that, so Josh can answer because I'm the wrong one.
All right. While she clarifies. Question: when will you ever give Buffy the Vampire Slayer a chance?
Ooh.
that sounds very personal. Did you never give?
Who is that?
That's from Phasma.
See, I know who Phasma is. Phasma is my cousin, and so
I was like, that sounds directed,
very right,
pointed even.
I mean, she knows my life, so she knows that like when it was on, I was not allowed to watch it, and so now going back, I don't know if I could go back. I don't know if it holds up, but I will try.
I mean,
I don't have time, but I have time. If that makes sense.
Well, I mean, I just want to give a quick shout out to Jillian, Corinne, who joined us on Instagram. Also Stephanie, who I did Buffy the Vampire Slayer the play once more with feeling.
I know. I was there.
I know.
I saw it.
I'm saying
I saw it.
I'm
saying.
Sorry. Go ahead. I was Spike. And I thought that was a lot of fun. I will say that that was like the only episode that I remember actually like watching, and that was for like
for the method acting.
Right, exactly. Right. Also, shout out to Riams35 who joined, and then there were questions. So when were you? You're never gonna give it a chance?
I'll try. I will certainly try. I have enough time to watch our episodes and see how that plays out.
Sure. As time goes on, Buffy gets harder and harder to. Oh, this is Stephanie saying this. As time goes on, Buffy gets harder and harder to revisit because Joss Whedon sucks and the show doesn't age well. But I still have a strong nostalgic love for it.
Got it. See, and that's my concern is that it may not hold up. Val clarified what show would be a good show to crack into for someone who hasn't experienced anime just yet, and why.
Oof. So you're looking.
That's so many entryways.
Yeah, it's kind of
so hard. Many doors. I would say Spy X Family though.
That you know what?
That might be my answer. And I don't even like watch that much anime, but
it's so wholesome and at the same time
dark.
It shows that it's going to give the action scenes like their due diligence, right? Yeah. Like yeah, Spy X Family, that might be a good one.
Demon Slayer is palatable at the beginning. So if that hooks you in the beginning for those first few episodes, I would say Demon Hunter is a good one.
One Punch Man
Demon
is
Slayer.
Funny.
I said Demon Hunter. I meant Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Press the button.
That one too. But there it is.
There we go.
No, what was I saying? There's Demon Slayer, One Punch Man.
One Punch Man is very easy to get into.
It's very funny. It doesn't take itself too seriously. How
does one stream them? Hulu, is a pretty good one.
Hulu, Crunchyroll, Netflix.
Netflix has a pretty good selection.
Yeah. I actually just watched the Bubble. I talked about it on one of our previous episodes. Bubble is like a good palate cleanser of sorts. It's just something of like, oh, like this is a one shot of anime. So if you wanted to watch Bubble, it's an interesting take. Actually, almost anything Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, those are palatable because those are like almost they're the most Disney animation.
Yeah,
like with as far as proximity is concerned, you can get away with those.
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli is on HBO Max currently at the moment.
Oh, okay.
All of their current work or existing work.
So yeah, I would say that. That would be what I would say.
And Val can certainly hit us up later for these links
for in depth.
What's Instagram seems to be having a lot of the questions at the moment.
Well, no. Julie just said I thought they were gonna call me all the way out, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. That's not nice. Steph says Josh and I met in a stage production of the Buffy musical, and the first season is. Oh, Phasma says the first season is rough, but 2 and 3 are worth it. Talking about.
Okay,
Buffy.
I mean, I will certainly try.
Season 3 is fire. Ooh, Cowboy Bebop.
Who wants to talk about it?
The anime.
Right. Who wants to talk about it?
Phasma. They just said I think they're answering.
Answering Val's question. Yeah. This is why you got to be reading and talking at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, Steph and Phasma are becoming fast friends.
There we go.
But
it's crazy how the world works.
No, that would be dope. Cowboy Bebop. Any of the older animes.
A lot of the older ones. No, I was going to say a lot of the older ones. No, there's the legendary ones that I would say are probably easier to get into versus the fringe stuff. I'm not telling anybody to go watch Ninja Scroll.
That's not your first one.
That's
not your first anime. It was my first anime, but that I would not.
What did I just say? I'm not telling anybody to do that.
Or Wolf's Rain or Casher and Sins or Fatal Fury was nice though. That was like an OVA. But yeah, not Berserk. Not
no.
Do you have any questions?
I did have a question.
Go ahead.
If there was any episode that we've done already that you wanted to go back and do over,
I was literally so after this episode, literally that was going to be one of the things that I did in our break of like listening to some of them and doing them over off the top of my head. Do you have one in mind?
Honestly, it's the one that never got released.
Oh, what were we even talking about?
We got a few of them we've gotten a few that haven't gotten released, right?
Yeah.
I think had we had time to get the episode out, I feel like the Oscars episode would have been a good one. But we're past that already.
Yeah.
No one's talking about the Oscars episode anymore. So,
do you want to talk about it right
now? No.
Oh, goodness. Any episode that I would want to redo, it might be something in like season 1.
A lot of season 1 I would probably go back and redo.
Yeah. And not even because I think it's bad. I might just say like not even redo, but like return to.
Yeah. I think we were still trying to get our sea legs at the time. And so we rambled for a bit, and then at the same time like things went long where it didn't have to. And
I mean, that was when BNR and the podcast were still together.
And the podcast were still together. Yeah, I think.
Ooh, anyone here watch Trigun? Sorry, Steph said that. I did. Yeah. That's a classic. She's
That's
right.
a classic one. Yeah. Can you call yourself?
Phasma says that's like telling someone to watch the first episode of Black Mirror. I tell people to avoid that one when recommending the show. I don't know.
The first episode of Black Mirror was crazy.
First episode of Black Mirror, if you're fine with it, you will be fine. You will be fine.
First one was
I thought it was wild.
The first one was a pig one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was wild, but I was like,
tell someone.
We're here.
You don't tell someone
here now.
to watch the first episode of Black Mirror. You skip that. You skip it.
I don't know. Because we watched it, I think, when it was like first being talked about. So like, you didn't know.
It was a British show for a while, right?
Yeah.
And then it came over to Netflix,
right? but nobody knew to tell people like, yo, don't. So like we just watched it. It's like, well, that was wild. Because I mean, you have that one. You have the one where the best friends play video games.
Wild.
Like, which other ones? There was the one where the guy in the scary house. He goes, no, he doesn't go into a scary house. It's virtual reality. Yeah. That was wild. There was the one with the contacts, and you could like see your memories.
Yeah.
And that was.
But Black Mirror is an anthology series that is, is warning us.
The slippery slope of technology.
It's just warning us. It's constant warnings.
I almost got political.
It got dark.
I was gonna say that
I watched the
Handmaid's Tale is slippery slope.
It's not for us to talk about.
Not.
We can say we watched it, and we can say men are bad, and that's the rest of that statement. That's the end of that statement.
I'm catching up on season 4 now, so that was a wild one.
You know what I'm watching right now? The Expanse, and I'm like,
been watching.
I'm up to almost at the end of season 3.
Mm-hmm. I
would argue, had people jumped on the hype train when this was going on,
mm-hmm.
this could have been the sci-fi distant cousin or mirror. I would say the sci-fi mirror of Game of Thrones. There's so much of like the interweaving of storytelling that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And The Expanse was a book before, so
that makes sense.
Speaking of, it works so well.
Foundation is a book, but it also has a Apple TV show. And
I actually just got Apple TV.
Oh, you should watch Severance.
Ooh,
Severance is wild.
Val just asked me a great question. It's comic book related, so I want to answer.
Big Dan, thoughts on the Immortal Hulk comic?
So the Immortal Hulk has actually wrapped up. It was 50 issues long. I would argue this is the best Incredible Hulk comic book volume, or what would you say that is? Arc?
Series, compilation?
Series, yeah. By Al Ewing, and it was probably the best written. Like, first of all, I'm not a big fan of horror. I don't like horror if I don't have to watch it. Like, unless it's, like, hey, this movie is done by Jordan Peele. Watch it. Other than that, I don't do horror. But Immortal Hulk, fire.
Okay.
The allegories, the metaphors, even the Rel's out here talking about, hey, Unc joined. Unc's out here talking about not a horror fan. No. Yeah, not a big horror fan. But Immortal Hulk, if you are someone who wants to get into comic books and would like something that's not as cliche as other comics, there you go. Immortal Hulk. I present that to you all.
People keep talking about White Bear. Apparently that is a Black Mirror episode, season 2, episode 2. A young woman, Victoria, wakes up and cannot remember anything about her life. Everyone she encounters refuses to.
I remember that.
That was.
I remember that episode.
That was.
I blocked it out. I remember blocking that out of my memory. It was wild.
That was wild. Ooh! Shout out to Lucid Dawns for joining us on Instagram as well. But yeah, no. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Any other questions?
Do you have any questions?
Question. What are you most excited for season 5?
For season 5. And before I answer that question, Jillian, yes, comic is definitely worth getting the anthology of, like, from beginning to end, all 50 issues. I enjoyed every single one of them. For season 5, I think navigating the intersectionality of blackness more in season 5 for us. I think this season we stayed on theme, But I think some of our best episodes have been where we really dive into the navigation of being black and also being a nerd. And even that part of blackness that most people aren't talking about. I think, we don't have to touch every hot button issue, but
we talk about the black Republicans.
You gotta stop doing that. but I think it's necessary to acknowledge the fact that it's not always easy being black and being a nerd. These are facts. But
I think it's getting easier though.
It could be. I'm not there yet. But
why aren't you there
yet?
It
could be my age. That's like seeing the world for what it was, not what it is and what it can be.
Those sound like billable hours.
That is not this podcast.
Those sound like billable hours indeed.
That's right. See me later for therapy.
I think the biggest thing I'm excited for is honestly expanding who we connect with.
Yes, I agree with that.
And however that looks. If that's like a different guest or whatever, or different guests, I should say.
I would like for us to really get like a dedicated space. But we're not there yet.
That is far. Oh, we have a question.
We got a few questions, but check Instagram first, and then we'll jump to Rel, and then I'll double back to Jillian's.
Okay. So Jules, it wasn't a question, it's more of a statement. I'm excited to see how the world opening back up will allow you to engage the community more.
Hey, that's real talk. I appreciate that. One day we might actually be doing these podcasts actually in bars.
That would be dope.
That'd be dope. Because we are the Blurred Bar. It's in our name. Rel asks, question. Now that we have seen it all forming with Wiccan, Speed, Kid Loki, Patriot, do you think Young Avengers would be best on Disney Plus or on the big screen? I'm gonna wait and see what happens with Miss Marvel. Because I don't think they're going to give us Young Avengers. They're going to give us Champions. Champions is the woke version of Young Avengers. And so that could mean anything from... Because I don't want to give it... I know things, right? So I'm not trying to ruin things. But
I drink and I know things.
I feel like with Wiccan and Speed, they still don't exist per se. That's Billy and Teddy, but I think they'll probably be going with Champions. Do you have a favorite black-owned bar in Philly? I ain't even gonna hold you. I haven't been to a bar in so long. We started this during the pandemic.
That's true.
We haven't been. Tommy, thank you, Jillian. Sorry, I said Teddy, and I meant Tommy.
She was quick.
She was quick with it. Bang! Pew, pew. You're right. Press the button. I earned it.
That's hilarious.
But Val, I have not been. I don't think I have been to any black bars in quite some time.
Yeah.
How dare you? Right. I'm sorry, Jillian. I'm not even looking at her comments anymore.
I have a question from Phasma.
Sure.
Who says, "Who's your favorite Expanse character so far?"
Ooh, Amos. Amos is my favorite. Once you start watching it, because I'm pretty sure you'll start, you'll see why. I'm not even gonna give it away.
Thanks.
Boy, wild. That's all I gotta say. He is wild.
Trying to think of my favorite black-owned bar.
I feel like I've been to black-owned bar. I would almost argue it's probably like, I don't even know. It's been 2 years. I haven't walked into a bar.
Yeah, that's real. That's the thing. It's not even like I go to bars. It's like it's usually like a restaurant, and that's usually like date night, and so it's not
I walk into this room and drink. This is the only room I'm allowed to drink in.
Phasma says, I love Amos. Amos. But they thought that they would hate him. But I love the ladies too. Phasma's all about it. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, this is kind of where I drink here, my living room. In restaurants.
We either drink at your house or my house.
Yeah.
Or restaurants.
That's
But that doesn't mean that we won't start drinking at black-owned bars, and certainly means. Have we been to Harriet's bookstore? We have not.
Yo, I just saw a post about Harriet's bookstore. I think it was about the owner though.
But you know where we have been? Amalgam.
We have been to Amalgam. That's
Shout out
very
to
true. That was a fun time.
It was.
But I've also been to another bookstore. It's not Harriet's. It is a Temple grad owns it, and it's up on Germantown. And I'm so mad that the name is escaping me because I know as soon as I hear it, it's gonna be like, duh, Uncle Bookstore, Philly. Google knows.
You gotta stop. You're making it worse.
Uncle Bobby's Coffee and Books. I've been there. That's actually where I bought Children of Blood and Bone and Children of Vengeance and something, some other thing. Uncle Bobby's. Yeah, Jillian knew what I was talking about. Yeah, she knew. Jillian, she is quick on the draw.
This is
she would be like our producer, like yelling at us in the background.
I can see Jillian being our producer and then walking on camera and like shutting it down. Just like, stop it. No one else say any words.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, we still got a little bit more time here.
Yeah. Any more questions from the Barflyz?
Yeah. Ask some questions.
Any more questions? Jillian said, I should be there. Do you have any questions?
I was thinking about something, and now I'm trying to remember what it was.
What's your go-to drink? I feel like I've heard you say two, but like, what's your like go-to?
Well, then you answer that for me because I feel like I know yours. I mean, it's sake, but yeah, if it's not sake,
I feel like yours is.
I mean, we've been friends for almost 10 years. I feel like
you said ale.
Okay.
And mead.
Mead.
Mead your thing.
Yeah. Mead is definitely my thing. I wish we had more of it.
Not a lot of people do mead.
Not a lot of people do mead. I mean, it's a honey wine. Right now we're drinking some Crown Royal Peach.
Are you? I'm drinking the Tennessee Honey. Jack
you
Daniels.
Are. Yeah. Shout outs to Crown Royal. They're not sponsoring this, but they could be. Yeah.
Looking at you, maybe not Jack.
Nope.
Maybe Uncle Nearest though.
Any other anthology recs? Saga. Saga is hands down probably the one of my favorite comic books written. Obviously, I've said Invincible by Kirkman.
Now, are those anthology series though?
Yeah.
Like, so it's a different story every time you pick it up?
Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about trade paperbacks. Press the button.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, that doesn't sound like an anthology.
No, but one of my other favorite series, Jillian, The Wicked and the Divine. It's not an anthology, but great.
There is a question here.
Yeah?
For both of us. What's the scariest horror movie you've watched? Which is funny because I usually don't do.
Yeah, I be avoiding
horror.
Those. And you know what it is? It's because I've seen. I know what it is, and I'm trying to remember which one it is.
I can give you some of the top scariest things I've seen before.
It was Insidious. Insidious stuck with me. But it was creepy in ways that I didn't like. You know, just as a person of color, I watch a lot of movies and say, as a person of color, I wouldn't do that. As a person of color, I would have said no. Mm-hmm. As a person of color, I would have sat my behind down and waited for the police. That's what I would have done as a person of color.
I think for me,
but it was probably Insidious. Insidious kept me up for days. Didn't sleep.
Let's see. Is it? Oh, it is movie. Okay, so it has to be a movie.
Yeah.
If it has to be a movie, I would think it might be the thing that's coming to mind is Hereditary.
I've heard that that's scary in different ways.
It's for I would say 3/4 of the movie. It's just really, really creepy. Mm-hmm. And then there's the last part where like things start happening that I just like. I was like, nope, I can't go to bed thinking about these things because I have an active imagination.
So it was like more of a creep fest?
So like literally for like 3/4 of it, most of it, it was just like, this is creepy, not necessarily scary, but like, that's weird. But then the final arc is like, all right, like if I could have tagged out, I'd have been like no. Like it's...
I guess. I mean,
they just start doing things that I'm just like, I can't. Like, it makes you look over your shoulder. It was wild.
Because you know what's crazy? Jordan Peele movies don't make me scared.
Us was scary.
Really?
It was super creepy. Like, and then like hearing like after you hear the story of the monster, it's like, okay, now we're just like learning, you know what I mean? Like you're learning about the new character.
But that's why it did, for me, I kept waiting for the allegory of the movie. And then like once the movie ended, I was like, what was he trying to say? That there's like I mean, obviously it's about like the duality of man and the id.
I just thought it was about I'm sorry, I didn't think it was anything deep. It was just like a scary little what if story. Like
sure. I think maybe that's what it was. I was watching it to be deep. And
well then.
And here I was. Missed out on the whole thing.
I was just there to enjoy. I was like, oh, black man did something else. I'm gonna support it. So yeah.
But like I really felt scared. Not creeped out. Like I felt scared watching Insidious. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even dark out. Like it was daytime. I watched it in the daytime and still was like, when the little thing did I forget whose hands it was. It was like, I was like, get out. You gotta go. Why are you still in the house?
Not a movie though. Lovecraft Country, Tipsy and Topsy, the twins.
Scary. That was scary.
That was terrifying.
It was.
I don't know why, but it was just like I was like, I'm really glad I'm watching this. Like
there was a lot of jump scares in that I was like,
were there?
There was. I mean, almost each episode had like an intentional jump scare.
But I don't think the twins. I think
twins
they were just
definitely were.
I think they were just creepy.
They were
just creepy and doing creepy stuff. It wasn't like it's not like they would like hop out like because a lot of their movements, unless they were dancing, a lot of their movements were slow and deliberate, and I think that's what creeps me out more. Yeah.
Horror. I just don't get the appeal of horror movies.
Oh, Stephanie says that they like Silence of the Lambs. Oh no, like Silence of the Lambs messed me up as a kid because all of Buffalo Bill's victims were fat women, and I was like, "Is he gonna make me into a suit?" That's so wild. Phasma says, "Oh, I'm thinking of Sinister." I guess they were all thinking of like scary movies, horror movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, horror movies, it's not really my jammy jams. If it's like I watch Candyman, but like
we watched that for the culture.
Right.
It wasn't intentional. I mean, I've watched all 3 Candyman. Oh, all 4 now.
Oh, wow. I only saw the first one and then the new reboot that just popped up. But I didn't see like the sequels that we don't talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, no, now you got me thinking about horror movies. I wanted to go to bed peaceably. Is what I did.
Did y'all watch Lovecraft Country? We did watch Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah, loved it. We reviewed it, I believe.
Did we review it?
We definitely did some episodes. I don't know if we did all of them. Yeah. We did a BNR at one point.
Yeah,
where we talked about it at great length.
Yeah, I enjoyed Lovecraft Country.
I'm sad that we didn't get it a second season.
Yeah, there were so many stories that like could have really just put HBO on like another level. I think
Phasma said something that's interesting, and I think for me, I would agree more than anything. A lot of my horror has always been racial. Mm-hmm. It's always been like black trauma. So it's always been like someone being aggressive toward black people, and I'm like, this scares me.
Fair enough.
That this is reality more so than anything.
Fair enough. So literally, so you guys are getting a peek behind the curtain, but on our Google Drive, I created season 5 ideas, and one of them is the difference between black horror and black trauma, and like I want that to be an episode. That's going to be an episode for season 5, where we talk about the differences between them, how to navigate them, which shows navigate them well, and how so. And
I'll even throw another question there. Should we
what?
Should we do that?
Should we navigate?
No, I'm saying should there exist an option for black trauma? Like, should that still even be an option?
I guess it depends on your intention.
Well, yeah.
But we'll get into that in season 5.
We will. Man, I had something else.
Fastman says to me, horror is like white minstrel shows.
They're funny. Still creepy. Did you finish Abbott Elementary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I finished that briefly.
How do you feel?
I enjoy it.
You finished that briefly or recently?
When I say briefly, it was just like 3 days, and I was like, okay, I'm caught up. I'm done. But I waited until the season finale just to see how it played out. Being a cynical person that I was just like, I don't know if this is going to stay on for its entire season. But Abbott Elementary has the same lovable quality that Parks and Rec does. At the same time, for anyone who's ever worked in education, myself included, it is quite possibly disheartening as a whole, like when you take the whole package, because you're like, this is not a joke. This is real. This is a real thing. And it's just like, why? Why is this still a real thing? Why have we not paid for education?
It's funny because I saw an interview that she did with she did do an interview with Charlemagne, but I feel like it was in a different interview, so I might be confusing. But there was a moment where I was just watching tons of interviews with Quinta. But at some point in time, she said she did, like, yes, there is a kernel of truth to it,
right?
But she wasn't making the show to galvanize the people to start like pushing for their rights in education.
No, I get that.
It was really just like, hey, this is
putting a light on it,
but like we're not trying to like spark a movement,
right?
Which is interesting that you had that response to it. I thought it was just silly. It definitely gave me Parks and Rec or The Office vibes, like obviously that mockumentary style. But I think there were moments that were like really, really funny. I don't think there were a lot of moments that were like really, really funny.
I think the show was going for more heart than comedy at some points.
Sure.
At least based on what I was seeing. Like it's a comedy, it's a sitcom, situational comedy, but at the same time, I feel like they were still trying to go for like heart. And I think I appreciated that because by the finale, I felt a tear, but it didn't like fall. It didn't fall. It was kind of like I was like, oh, okay, this show got heart, and that was it. So,
yeah,
I like to see what happens in season 2.
Same.
Like with anything, the first season is always gonna be like that trial run,
and then you get more.
And then you can jump into the story. You get more permission to do things, say things. But yeah, I also like like the spotlight on like black male educators and like the joke where he was like, I went to school for this. I got a scholarship for this. I was in a program where they specifically targeted, like went after black men to become principals and administrators. And I was like, I remember being told about that program and almost did it. And then I was like, nah.
Not today.
Not today. But we are nearing the end of the episode. But if you have any more questions for us, this is the time to do it.
We're here.
We are here.
We're now. Oh, shout out to najs.monet. They joined us on the Instagrams.
All right.
If they have a question for us, we are glad to answer. It's true.
It is true. What was I going to say? While this is the season finale, we still have a few BNRs lined up between now.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally doing one next week. So
we have one next week. We have one the week after that. We have Doctor Strange next week.
For sure.
And then the week after that, we have Moon Knight.
Oh, I thought we were going to do Moon Knight and Doctor Strange
together. I feel like we'll see how that goes.
We'll try to.
Yeah. I don't know if we can do both in the same PNR.
I feel like we can because I feel like Moon Knight's going to be pretty quick.
Okay. Y'all heard it here. Are we going to get a Twitch? We should. It's definitely been in the works. We certainly have myself, honestly, because it's not we. Josh doesn't play a lot of video games. I do.
It's because I haven't bought. I have the last. Actually,
don't show your age if you don't.
No. It's not even that. It's just I've never bought a system. I've always had one like gifted to me or like handed down to me. So like now that I'm at the point in time where I can like actually buy one, now it's like I mean adult
you're like
decisions.
What? Right. Get married or buy a PS5.
It's like I mean I could do something.
We are the choices we make.
Hey, I also don't want to have that conversation.
Not yet. You don't. You don't want to have that conversation yet. Wait like 2 years.
I'm gonna wait till management approves it.
Yeah. Just put in the request, let it sit for a while, and then maybe they'll be like, "Hey, can we revisit this at a later time?" And you're like, "Sure." It's on back order. But yeah, we do have a Twitch. It's just not active at the moment. But the goal is to stream live wherever we can. So I do have a few games lined up that I would like to stream. At the same time, I am a father.
Sorry.
What?
Phasma's going in. Well, not really, but she's like, I can't stand Cumberbatch. Ugly ass.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, goodness. Really? Cumberbatch, but he gave us Sherlock. He didn't give us Sherlock, but like he did Sherlock.
Somebody,
that was really good.
I mean,
Sherlock?
Objectively, I can't say if he's an attractive man or not, but I can't be like, I don't know,
I can see why some people would call him attractive.
I can also see why other people would call him unattractive.
I wouldn't say that, like...
Have you heard the man say penguin?
Why? In what universe would I be like, just you know what, I need to hear?
That's all I got to tell you. When I heard him say the word penguin and not say it correctly, I was like, there you go. That's why half your fan base don't like you.
Jeez. That's hilarious. But...
yeah, I mean, I feel like Cumberbatch is fine. But I can't, I don't have a horse in that race. Yeah.
I'm talking about him as an actor.
I don't know. Like, she called him ugly.
Sure, but like, I'm sure that's not the only reason
she
why.
Phasma says, looks like Edgar's suit from Men in Black. She is going in on Cumberbatch right now. I don't know what's going on. You got to work that out.
Oh goodness,
You got to talk to him.
Oh man, that's too funny.
Ask him where his money come from. Why do we gotta ask him? You ask him.
The money come from plantation. Oh no.
How did we get here?
That's wild.
The Edgar suit. That's crazy.
But
yeah.
Saying.
Yeah, but we got at least Doctor Strange is definitely happening. Moon Knight.
Honestly, what is it? Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh, you want to watch it?
Volume 3.
You want to watch it?
Have you never watched the first two?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've never talked about this, but we will certainly do it.
Sure, yeah.
There's a few things. The Boys.
Oh, did you see Diabolical though?
We're not talking about that. Did I say we were talking about Diabolical? I didn't say that.
I said, but did you see it?
We're not talking about that right now.
Why not?
I don't want to have to get upset on live. All these people watching. All 7 of these people currently watching. All of the 7 of these people currently watching. I don't want to get
4 or 5.
We have company right now. I will not get upset in front of company.
Oh goodness.
But we have The Boys. What's the other one? Why can't I remember the name?
What happens?
Academy.
Of the Umbrella?
Umbrella Academy. Thank you. Academy of the Umbrella.
Yeah.
I know it's a safe space.
We got there.
Yeah, we did. Slowly. It's getting late. Sun's getting real low.
Yeah, there's
Thor.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
That one's going to be a really rough BNR to try to attempt to do.
Why?
Because it comes out on the 8th. We'll have just come back in town that week. The week before. It's just...
No, it'll be fine, I think.
It might be fine. We'll see.
But
Thor.
Black Panther 2?
Black Panther 2.
We might be in our second season by the time, because that comes out in November, I believe.
Yeah. We have a whole calendar literally dedicated to this stuff. So
very, very true.
There will be some BNRs kind of scattered in between there, and I might go live at Josh's wedding. We'll see. Currently, I don't have the permission to do so.
It's not even that. It's just funny to hear somebody like, oh yeah, the blur bar live at Josh's wedding. It's just like, I mean, I guess.
I don't think I have the time. That's what I think about. Just as best man duties, I just feel like I can't be like, hey yo, we live right now, about to take these pictures.
It's like it would just be very interesting. I don't think people will want to see that.
Yo, Phasma is going in on Cumberbatch.
That's very true.
His granny said, "Don't tell the darkies where your money came from." Yikes! All right, yeah.
I think we gotta go.
I think we gotta wrap it up.
Sake.
Cumber Snickle. I'll never say his name right. Okay,
jeez, we've reached the end of this episode. It's not even like a live, or they're not even here. It's so funny.
My bad. I'll stop. No, you good.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, but we got some other things lined up for this coming season. The setup will likely be different, and we have a lot of intentions and plans that we want to see follow through. The podcast itself will return in September for season 5.
Like late September.
Mid-September. Okay, late September, because Josh is like, you're right, respectfully.
My honeymoon is 2 weeks, so...
So late September. Hey, if you can, drop our congrats in the chat and just pass that along to Jayhawk, because the next time you guys see him, he won't be the same.
Locked away. This is fun. I actually enjoyed this whole going.
Yeah, I think as time goes on, we'll get more polished at doing live stuff.
Or it'll get less polished, but we have more people, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I enjoyed everybody who showed up and everybody who had a question. Thank you so much for that.
Spread the word. We got episodes out there. So if you haven't watched them yet,
like
now's a great time to go back and watch them.
So Stephanie is part of a She's part of a podcast called Dead Time Stories.
Yep.
All one word with a Z. And her other co-host, Sarah, will always say, like, go back and start at the beginning. And it's like, I think that'd be the same.
Sure.
Same here. Start at the beginning.
It's
just
more
to see the growth.
It's more of an anthology series. You don't have to do that.
You don't. Yeah. The only running joke is get it in post.
Getting it in post, which we can't do here because it's live.
Daddy issues.
Daddy issues are a real thing.
I think those are the only two real running.
Billable hours is now probably a running joke.
But that's not
new.
Like, that's recent.
Yeah.
So start from the beginning. Tell us what you think.
Don't forget to follow Dead Time Stories, Blurred on the Street. Because they out here.
They are. That's
when
Jillian.
we are not doing episodes, they are.
Jillian, our producer, not producer,
right,
keeps catching us with stuff. That's Blurred on the Street. So please follow them.
We might have to actually have that conversation with Jillian at one point and be like,
hey.
Yeah, as we always like to say here, y'all have a blessed night.
Oh, I wish I could say it in Spanish or Japanese.
Can you? Don't try.
Oyasumi nasai.
All right.